back in Wichita Falls. We just finished doing a roundtable of small business owners here in town, listening to their concerns. And the principal reason I'm here is to hear the concerns of folks in the community, business leaders, community leaders. And I got to tell you, folks here are concerned about the challenges to small businesses, the challenges to jobs. My number one priority in office is jobs, is fighting for jobs in the state of Texas. And the reason for that is simple. That's the top priority of Texans in every part of our state, East Texas, West Texas, up to the Panhandle, down to the Valley. We want jobs, we want more jobs, we want higher wages. And the key to doing that is having low taxes, low regulations, having an environment where small businesses can grow and prosper and create more opportunity. And those challenges, every small business owner around the table is concerned about the trillions of dollars in new spending coming from Washington. They're concerned about the trillions of dollars in new taxes coming from Washington. They're concerned about the threat to the safety and security of our communities coming from an open and unsecure border. And as much as those challenges are real, at the same time, what I wanted to do today was convey a word of optimism and hope to the men and women of Texas that we're seeing people wake up all across the country. And I think it is leading to a revival, a new awakening where people want to get back to just common sense conservative policies. Low taxes, low regulations, lots of jobs. Protect our community, support our servicemen and women, support our law enforcement, and protect our constitutional rights. And I think we are headed towards a very, very good election in 2022. I think we're headed to a very, very good election in 2024. And I think it's because the policies that are being imposed in Washington, they're not working, and a whole lot of people's eyes are being opened up to that. Mayor?
Well, I just want to thank Senator for coming here today. For me, it's been very honoring. He's been here for us several times throughout his career, and being able to allow him to listen to citizens talk in two different separate groups and listen to the concerns. And their concerns are his concerns. And he's said that over and over and over. And a lot of times he carries a lot of our weight and our water down there in Washington. But for me, it's just an honor to have somebody of his caliber come here, listen to citizens in small groups, and take those concerns back to Washington and work on those concerns. So once again, thank you so much for coming.
Appreciate you guys. Any questions?
Senator Cruz, Michael Grace of News Channel 6. You were talking a lot about jobs, and the first concern while the media was still in there is that in Wichita Falls, the problem is people aren't going to work. And so I'm curious to know just how many other local business owners raise the same concern. If you can reiterate to our viewers what you think the best course of action is to solve that problem.
Yeah, look, just about every small business owner around the table raised that question, which is that it is very, very hard to hire workers, to bring workers back. You know, last year we saw shutdowns of small businesses all over the country, and it had a devastating impact on millions of small businesses, whether restaurants, or bars, or theaters, or stores, and a devastating impact on millions of workers. Now, as the economy is coming back, we're still seeing small businesses having a really hard time bringing their employees back. And by the way, I'm hearing that in every part of the state. Everywhere I go, as I talk to small business owners, they express that same concern. And unfortunately, government policy is playing a big part in that, because right now the government is paying people more money not to work than they made working. And it's real simple. People respond to incentives. And if the government comes in and pays you more money to stay at home than to go to work, a whole lot of people are going to choose not to go to work. And so I think the government policy ought to stop making it hard for people to go back to work. You know, one of my favorite phrases is the social safety net should be a trampoline and not a handle. That the whole point of unemployment should be, listen, people fall on hard times, and you need help when you fall on hard times, but the objective should be to get you back to work, to get you back on your own feet, providing for your family, providing for your kids. I think that's what most Texans want, and it's certainly what the small business owners of Wichita Falls want.
So PJ Green, KFDX, is there any type of incentives for local businesses, since you talked about unemployment and things like that? Anything coming for local businesses along with COVID?
Well, look, I think the biggest thing coming for local businesses right now is a whole bunch of new taxes. And The Senate is getting ready to vote on Bernie Sanders' new budget. Bernie Sanders' new budget, he's the chairman of the Budget Committee. It's $3.5 trillion, and it includes trillions of dollars in new taxes. New taxes on families, new taxes on individuals, new taxes on corporations, new taxes on small businesses, new taxes on capital gains, and the death tax going up. And all of those, I think the small business owners that we were talking to expressed real concerns that it's already hard for a small business to stay in place. And between the new regulations that are coming from the Biden administration and the new taxes that Democrats in Washington are promising, that is a very real threat. And what I hear from small business owners is leave us alone. Let us run our business. Let us hire people. If you care about jobs, and I do, then you care about small businesses. Because 2/3 of all new jobs come from small businesses. And so if you want a environment that is robust, you want an environment where small businesses are growing and prospering and expanding. If you want to see jobs go away, then you strangle small businesses. And unfortunately, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are pushing policies that I think are a real threat to strangling small businesses. Yeah.
Can you tell the students here what is the future of student loan forgiveness?
Well, student loan forgiveness is an issue that is hotly debated right now in Washington, and it's not clear what's going to happen. You know, I'll tell you what students need is a chance to get good jobs when you come out of school. Listen, I understand student loans. When I went to college, my parents had just gone bankrupt. They'd lost their business. We'd lost our home. And so I went off as a freshman in college, 17 years old, financially on my own. And I took student loans in college. I took student loans in grad school. I came out with about $100,000 in student loans. You know, I joked that I had a mortgage, but I didn't have a house. And it took me over 20 years to pay those loans off. It wasn't that long ago that I paid my student loans off. That's a tough situation. I understand that, and unfortunately, more and more students are getting hit with really high loans. The best avenue to deal with it is when you come out of school, be able to get a good job that pays a good salary, that you're making enough that you could pay off your loans. And that's really what my focus is creating an opportunity where students coming out of school can have good jobs and have a good future. And if we're doing that, you can pay your loans as well.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.